Hi, Karina.
Hi, San.
I would like to ask you some questions about your internship.
Go ahead.
All right. Please tell me about your internship. What did you do?
So in May of this year, I went to Purdue University to do a research project in the collaborative robotics lab with Dr. Richard Wells and Mithra Balakantala, who was my supervisor. So Mithra was working on hand gesture recognition with a robot called Super Baxter. You can see that robot on the picture that I have on the poster. And he was working towards developing skills in the robot to perform surgical operations. So they used techniques called learning by demonstration and learning by programming, which were the algorithms to teach the robot how to perform human tasks, basically. For me, I was not that advanced to work on the surgical operations, but I was helpful for doing the basic human tasks, which was moving the hand up, down, to the left, and to the right, and teaching the robot how to do that. So for that, I had to know some of the computer vision, object detection, and none of that I knew, but I started learning as I entered the field of the research. So my first few weeks were pretty tough because I had to learn a lot of new libraries, operating systems, and convolutional neural networks. But it was pretty rewarding because I got a deeper understanding of machine learning and deep learning. So for me, I started working with computer vision when I started using OpenCV, which is Open Computer Vision. I was able to learn how to manipulate image frames and video image frames, which was filtering, scaling and rotation, dilation, blurring, and object detection on the images. So for object detection, I started using YOLO algorithm for identifying the specific objects on the image frames. I started building my own data set with a 3D camera, and it was 80 videos in total of my hand moving up, down, to the left, and to the right, which was 20 videos per each movement. And after that, I started implementing the YOLO algorithm to be able to detect my hand palm and determine the confidence level that it's the hand palm that we are looking for, which is the desired object. And after that, I had to work with the data points from my hand palm on the video frames, and to be able to train and test the robot, and to be able to predict the future data points, because my data set was pretty small for the robot.
Awesome. Please tell me about the most important technical thing you learned during your internship.
I found that I advanced my knowledge in algorithms. Before, I would only use basic algorithms in my computer science classes, but here I had to use complex algorithms and be able to modify the already existing algorithms, such as YOLO algorithm and KNN algorithm, which was classification method. And it was pretty challenging because I had to know some linear algebra, probability, and statistics. I had to have that knowledge, which I did not have, but it was a great experience because I learned a lot of new and deeper understanding of the algorithm, and my supervisor was very helpful in that. So I was able to identify the data points and being able to manipulate the data points and actually predict the future data points and determine the nearest data points was very challenging. I also implemented the Euclidean distance formula based on the parameters of the data points that I already had, and it was helpful for my classification algorithm, KNN.
That's very cool. Please tell me about the most important non-technical skill you learned.
I learned how to work independently. There was a situation where my supervisor had to leave due to his personal reasons for around 5 weeks, and we only communicated by the email. So I had to work only by myself in the laboratory, and that helped me build my discipline, determination, and motivation, because I was able to implement the management of time and effort that I put into work and improve my performance. To actually to actually solve the tasks and advance in my goals, and finish the project so that we could have the results that we needed.
Nice. That's awesome. It looks like you accomplished a lot of things doing your internship. Tell me about one thing you're most proud of that you accomplished.
I'm most proud of understanding and diving deeper into the classification algorithms because it was a new field to me, and it was a field of the deep learning which I had not have any previous experience with. Um, and the fact that I was able to understand it and perform the assigned tasks and actually understand the richness of the topic studied made me very proud, especially considering that I worked by myself. Working with data points was definitely challenging for me, but being able to understand it and actually accomplishing the goals that were assigned and the tasks and succeeding made me very proud of myself.
Awesome. And I'm glad to hear that. How likely are you to pursue robotics in the future?
I'm certain that I will keep pushing to achieve my goals in the field because I'm actually planning to go to the graduate school to pursue the field of computational neuroscience, which is very much related to artificial intelligence. I am in love with learning about the brain, about the human brain and the robot brain, and I can see a lot of similarities because of the connections and the wires that we both have. The technology and the human brain, and I would really love to dive deeper into the field and actually being able to build new innovative solutions that could change the world of technology and better people's lives.
Wow, that's awesome. That's truly inspirational. Thank you so much for meeting with me, Karina.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.